Dale, what is quorum for this group? Oh, did he hear me? I think he froze. Oh,
All right, I'm back.
okay. He froze for a second. What's quorum for this group? Five?
For four.
Four. Okay.
We're there, I guess.
We are. Also, I choose to believe, as I tell my students, I choose to believe you all froze and time passed normally for me. Yeah, we have
My cat.
4 members present, which is a quorum. It is 7:01, so I'll call this meeting of the Shutesbury CPC to order. This meeting is being recorded and all members are participating remotely. I did not hear back from Alan about whether he would be able to attend, but we have enough here for us to get started. And I think this should be a pretty straightforward, quick meeting. First thing on the agenda is to review and vote on the minutes of October 16th, 2025. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the minutes of October 16th. Is that right? 2025?
Yep.
I second.
Okay. Any discussion?
No.
They look good to me. We'll put it to a vote. Wilson,
Aye.
Geddes,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Pangallo, aye. All right, the motion carries. Item 2, to address questions from potential submitters of determinations of eligibility. Are there any potential submitters of determinations of eligibility? Seeing none, except Beth's cat. I guess we'll proceed to item 3, which is discussion of the Regional Affordable Housing Coordinator position. So as we discussed last time, we're looking at potentially partnering with some towns to use CPA affordable housing or community housing funding to hire or to buy in on a FRCOG staffer. And I have a phone call tomorrow morning with her, Mariah Kurtz from FRCOG, and with Barbara Carulli from Leverett and Will Flanders from Shelburne Falls.
Oh, well.
Those are the other 2 towns that are looking to do this. And we're going to be talking with Stuart Saganor at the Community Preservation Coalition, and he's going to sort of help us understand exactly what is an eligible sort of job duty for somebody in this position under the CPA. And so whatever we end up submitting in terms of a grant application or determination of eligibility, it's going to be shaped around, the advice that he gives us tomorrow. That's the only update I have about that.
So that's the same woman that came and talked to us from FRCOG, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the job description, the list of duties that she and Barbara had prepared, it was very expansive, and it seems to have included things that probably aren't covered under the CPA.
Okay.
Which doesn't mean that FRCOG won't do them, and possibly, Shelburne Falls and Leverett might buy in with other money to buy her time to do those other things. Whether Shutesbury decides to do that is, up to the select board. But as far as CPA funding goes, there's a limited number of things that she would be able to do for us.
Hmm.
So I just want to make sure that whatever
Okay.
submit is allowed, basically.
Mhm. Okay, but it sounds like the towns might, as a group, find other funding to create sort of the position that they were hoping that she was talking about, which seemed like it could be, I don't know, was she saying 20 hours a week? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Something.
and we would each be buying in for 10 hours specific to just our town, and then the additional time, because they got that state grant, it's a state grant that is specifically for affordable housing in rural communities. And so that, that work that she'd be doing in that capacity, I think is still going to benefit our town, just like it's going to benefit hopefully the rest of the rural communities in Franklin County. But her time dedicated to us would be through the CPA money specifically.
Good.
And that would be just for this coming fiscal year, for the 1 year.
Mhm.
All right. Well, if there are no other comments or questions on that one, I guess we'll move on to the annual report. So it turns out the state has a deadline of November 2nd for annual reports from towns. And Shutesbury has been not doing that for a long time. I don't know if we just didn't know about it or what. Nobody at the state apparently took issue with the lateness with which we were submitting the annual report. So Brennan has asked that he has said that going forward, starting next fiscal or for this current fiscal year, reports are due next year. We're going to be trying to hit that November 2nd deadline, but for now he wants to get things in as quickly as possible, which I believe is by tomorrow, Friday the 21st. I sent a draft report out for FY25. Technically speaking, we don't have to vote on annual reports. Board and committee chairs get to just draft and submit them, and the select board accepts them. But I just wanted to sort of go through it and see if there were if anybody noticed anything that was missing, or that was included that should be removed, or that should be reworded, or that was unclear, or if there were errors or anything. It's a pretty substantial one because last year was our busiest year ever.
I thought it looked good.
I thought it covered everything nicely and gave good background information, and also detailed the level of activity that we had over this past year, which was quite impressive. So well done.
Yeah, I looked at it, Matteo. I was just curious, I guess looking at the numbers for the Historical Commission, that I guess the CPA grants themselves included the money, the matching funds that we put up. Is that correct, or is it just the amount that came from CPA?
You're talking about the section where it says the FY25 CPA grants were, and then
yes.
I'm pretty sure that I was just taking I'll go back and check. I thought I was just taking the amount of money from the warrant articles.
Yeah.
But does it look like I included the matching fund?
Well, it's just an open question because clearly, yeah, if you add the two, we have two entries there. It's different from what was voted on at town meeting, 7,300 down below. In the operational news. Second chart.
Yeah, so those transfers, that's a different pot of money. The transfers are, so when the town receives the surcharge fee revenue, we have to divide up 10% into each of the CPA categories, and then the remainder goes into that reserve. So that money is 10% of whatever the surcharge revenue was. That's not the amount that we spent, that's the amount that we took in. So that's the distinction between the two.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
But I'm gonna go back and just make sure I didn't include any matching money in the monies that we dispersed.
Well, yeah, it's just the difference between the what was the bullet points above and then below. You
Yeah.
think that they're different? They're different categories altogether. No, is that the same?
Yeah, no, so the difference is the bullet points are the money that we spent, the CPA funds that were approved by town meeting.
Right, right.
For operational news, the routine transfer refers to moving the surcharge revenue into those designated CPA accounts. So that's the money coming in. The bullet points up above are the awards that we dispersed.
Okay, got it, got it. Okay, yeah.
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 And I mean, again, it was a busy year. We ended up spending more than, more than we took in the 1 year, but because we have generated more money in the past than we have spent,
Mhm.
It offsets it, because last year, or rather the year before, FY24, we didn't really have any grants that we dispersed. And this is really the way the system is supposed to work, right? Like dry years are offset by these years of high activity.
Mhm.
Any other?
It's fine. It's fine to me.
Okay. All right then. The last item of business, look at that. 11 minutes. Here we go. Unanticipated business. I mean, I'll just share. I ran into oh gosh, what's his name? Mark at the lake.
Mark
on the
Rivers.
Oh,
Mark
Mark
Rivers.
Rivers.
That's his name.
Yes. Mhm.
I was thinking of a different Mark. Yeah, Mark Rivers, who indicated that LWAC might be applying. I mean, because of the dam project, they'll likely be applying for the larger portion of that project. It sounds like because they're not going to have, Beth, you might know more about this, but because they're not going to have the that first phase of evaluation and planning done before our determination of eligibility due date, they might end up not submitting a determination of eligibility, but they might end up still submitting the grant application after the new year, which is allowed, right? Like we do allow people to submit grant applications without the determination of eligibility. So I just thought I'd put that out there. I don't know if anybody else has heard of other potential applications, but that one seems to be coming.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of that one, but that seems like the right timing, and that makes a lot of sense. I think, Matteo, you've heard a little bit about the potential land purchase on Wendell Road that we've been working with Kestrel a little with, and that we might be looking for CPA money this year too, but it's all similar to the dam project. We don't really know right now the full extent of everything that's going to be happening. So we may have enough known to do a determination of eligibility. We may end up doing the same thing and just going for a final application in the beginning of next year. So we'll see how that goes.
Great. Is there any other unanticipated business? All right, so December 8th is the deadline for determinations of eligibility. Just as a reminder, those are coming in only by email. We're not taking paper copies anymore. And then our next meeting will be December 18th to discuss and vote on those determinations.
Mhm.
All right.
Sounds good.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Whatever.
Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll put it to a vote. Wilson,
Aye.
Geddes,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Pangallo is an aye, and that's it. And thank you, Cliff, for taking minutes tonight.
You're welcome. I'm sitting here scribbling madly because I can't do them on my iPad at the same time as participate in the meeting. But I will get those out in the next day or so.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much. All right.
Great.
Have a great night, everybody.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Aye.
Bye.